push me out. Push me out.
Out a bit, and
Like
then
that?
in and out.
Are you happy with that?
Boom.
And
Stay there, stay there.
and then the shots
Happy
are...
with that grip, yeah? And then we go, and then we go out.
And then the shots are...
Before Furiosa came Fury Road. Going back to this film, we felt it'd be good to refresh our minds in going back to a previous chapter of this franchise and see how they made this particular one. Instead of Chris Hemsworth and Anya Taylor-Joy, Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron starred in this one, and there was by no means a stray away from action. But before we get into more of these moments, today's trivia question. Even though this installment released in 2015, what year did George Miller decide he wanted both Fury Road and Furiosa? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around to the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
Our lead, Coma the Doof Warrior. This stage is another FJ Holden base and body. Fortunately, he's armed. This is also a flamethrower used in a battle against Max himself.
Even though the film was so action-packed, it wasn't all about the action, and there did have to be actors in the film, of course, which starred Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron, and Nicholas Hoult. There were more conversations like talking about his character.
The best thing about Max is that he's not just a quintessential cookie-cutting hero. He's in much the way an anti-hero. He's an interesting hero because he has a lot of baggage, as it were. There's a lot of things that don't meet the eye.
He even went into how it felt shooting this film and the effects of all the action sequences.
On the other hand, you've got to look at the live stunt performances and live action performances and go back to the old school of how things were actually done. Yeah. And everything you see in the film, you know, whether it's sped up or slowed down or it's got a slight colour tint to it or not, it actually happened. And there were people who genuinely put themselves on the line day in, day out for 6 months doing that. So massive shout out to that though.
Has George talked to you much about what
There should really be an Oscar for stunt.
People have been talking the last couple of years, right?
To be fair, I think so.
Charlize is the next cast member we can hear from about her take on the film and how exciting it was to be a part of it, and even in early stages, how much excitement she had.
For me, when I was aware of it, very, very early stages, it was, it's strange to say that you can be that excited about something that you almost know nothing about.
And we can't forget Nicholas Hoult on his role and revealing what it was like shooting behind the scenes and the adrenaline.
Stunt driver's gonna do that. He's gonna drive into a wall and flip in that massive truck, and then we're gonna pull back to see your reaction, sort of thing, sitting there. And that's like that's more scary than than the stunt stuff, because you're like, well, they're doing the actual difficult hard work.
During the writing process of Fury Road in 2011, Miller and McCarthy found that they had enough story material for 2 additional scripts. Hardy revealed that he was attached to star in 3 more Mad Max films following Fury Road. As Furiosa is a prequel, this could very well line up with the following storyline. But real quick, make sure you guys check out our Instagram page, linked down in the description. There's a ton of interview moments and memes, so make sure you check it out and give us a follow. Mad Max Fury Road had a lengthy gestation period. In 1978, George Miller had the idea of making a Mad Max installment that was almost a continuous chase.
This is her double-bladed buzzsaw with which she attacks the war rig and attempts to decapitate Furiosa. This one meets a fiery and explosive death.
He got an idea for the plot in 1998 when he was walking across a street in Los Angeles, and about a year later, while traveling from Los Angeles to Australia, a story in which violent marauders were fighting. The crazy thing about this type of film is it was revealed that because of this film is so action heavy, basically the entire film was quote unquote written from storyboards alone, telling the graphics on paper and then figuring out the words later. Of course, we can't forget about the creator himself, George Miller, and his incredible mind.
I never wanted to make another Mad Max movie, but the idea popped into my head and it just wouldn't go away, and you push it away, but it kept growing and growing, and one day I said to Doug, I think we're going to make another Mad Max movie, but I didn't realize it would take us over 12 years to be in this moment.
While at Comic-Con for a presentation, George Miller spoke to press in which he talked about what makes this version of the Mad Max character different. Coming back to this world after so many years, how his view of a post-apocalyptic world has changed, what made him decide to take such a visual approach and do thousands of storyboards, and why he brought back an actor from the first film.
You know, not something I was excited about. Overexcited probably about. I was scared, you know, and I wasn't looking forward to it, and he strapped me on it anyway, and that was that. And it was scary. Scary.
As this film won an award for the makeup and costume design, we get a preview of what it was like for Nux and how detailed every line had to be for the most realism as possible. And of course, we can't go without mentioning the stunt work that went into the film, particularly the tanker stunt.
Action!
And looking back from the camera and getting a close-up look of just how they were able to pull off these stunts really makes you think about how creative these stunts can be. And as far as the answer to our trivia question, in July 2010, Miller announced plans to shoot 2 Mad Max films back-to-back, entitled Mad Max Fury Road and Mad Max Furiosa.
The vehicle flipped right over, right onto what I thought was Nux's head through the sunroof. What I'd forgotten was that was Nux's dummy. And he was obviously on the other side with the full helmet and cage and so on.
How was it? Yeah, it was great. Looked like it landed on your head. It did.
But we wanted to turn this around to you guys. Of both these films, which one was your favorite? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.